Welcome back to Homeward News. I'm Matt Swenson. This is State Representative John Ward. Welcome back, John.
Thank you, Matt. Again, it's a pleasure to be here with you, and I really love the fact that we tape this program down here at the state capitol, that we update my constituents. Last time I was home, I'm not always able to get home on the weekends, but last time I was home on the weekend, I was watching our local cable access channel and saw you and I.
Oh, jeez.
But you know, it just really allows me to give an update to my local folks of what's going on down here at the Capitol, and we are continually working hard and taking the business at hand very seriously, and doing whatever we can to move the state of Minnesota forward. Let's talk a little bit about the budget, if we can.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, the budget is one of the biggest things on everybody's mind down here at the state capitol. And I've been down here 4 years. This is the quickest I've seen any action on solving the state budget this early in the legislative session. You folks have already taken a big bite out of the deficit, $312 million.
Right, Matt. And we did that before the Easter break. All the agencies, all the areas, public safety, environment, transportation, every area that we have down here was given a task of reducing a certain amount of their budget within the parameters of the areas that they oversee. And so it turned out to be about a $313 million piece of creating cuts to the tune of $313 million to erase the $900+ million deficit. So about a third of the budget, Matt, right now, we have taken care of through cuts. And you know what? When we have to make those very tough decisions, when we have to cut, it is always a difficult situation to cut programs, cut services, because they impact everybody. But we're really working hard to look at the cuts that can be done without hurting folks or services or the quality that our citizens of the state of Minnesota deserve and have had in the past. We also are looking at ways to cut through redesign and reform. I know I sit on the Redesign and Reform Caucus, a bipartisan caucus. So we've cut a third of the budget. The deficit, we've got about 2/3 left. So we are hoping, we really believe that the federal health care bill that just passed recently is going to provide $400 and some million. Matt, do you know?
Yeah, $408 million.
$408 million to the state of Minnesota for health and human service programming and needs, which would help our hospitals, which will help our nursing homes, which will help our citizens receiving health care. So we are looking at the feds to provide that $408 million, and it really looks like it's going to happen. So that would take out an additional $400+ million, leaving us about $150 million deficit yet to deal with. And so the Health and Human Services Division is looking at the places that they can cut. And again, making those cuts that are less harmful to people and maybe or the least harmful that we can at this point. So we've got some work ahead of us to get her done, but we're really more optimistic than when we came down here, Matt. I mean, the deficit when we came down was $1.2 billion. Now the new figure is just under $1 billion, 900 and some million. So we cut a third of it. The federal government will provide about 400 and some million of that, and then now we have about 150 million to deal with. Again, always hard to make cuts, but we do it. We're trying to do it in a very thoughtful, but also fiscally responsible and think of the future as well, a visionary kind of way. Because sometimes when you cut, you can, what's that saying? Penny wise and a pound foolish. So you try to make cuts that are fiscally wise, but also prudently smart. To make sure that keep the services and the programs and the needs of our citizens in the forefront as we're making these cuts.
And I think it's important to mention that you folks are setting priorities. You actually increased funding for veterans right now,
Yep.
and you also made far less cuts to cities and counties than the governor had proposed, and at the same time proposing zero cuts to education.
And that's exactly, thank you for bringing that up, Matt, because, you know, the LGA cuts were significant, and we went to about half of the cuts that the governor has proposed or whatever. So in order to provide or to sustain the services that local governments, cities, counties, and townships are providing for the citizens. So yeah, we're working hard at it, and I think we're going to get it done, man.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much, Representative Ward, and thank you for tuning in at home. We'll see you next time on Homeward News.